Okay, hi. Would you tell us your name and what's going on here today?
Judy Chafin, and we have people over that are cleaning out the pumpkins for our pumpkin glow on Friday and Saturday night.
Well, now, how did this start?
I got this brilliant idea to put pumpkins on the hill over by the Greek church, and my brother and I and my sister-in-law, we carved out 36 pumpkins, and we thought, oh boy, we're really doing something here. And then it just grew. Next year we did like 50, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger. And now at last count here, we had 415, I think, or 413 pumpkins, something like that.
Stars.
So,
whoa.
You know, one year it jumped from 200 and something up to 300. And so when it did that, we couldn't go back. We had to just keep going forward.
Sure.
So that's what happened.
Are you going to put a halt on this, like the 400?
You know, 400, maybe we'll do 401 or 2, whatever.
There we go.
But we wanted to stop at 400, I thought that, but it just keeps going up, and I don't think we'll go 1 or 2 a year, but hopefully no more.
I bet it's beautiful. Candles in it?
We put candles in each one, and they're lit at dark, and it's really something to see. Yeah.
Well,
and with the church in the background, it's absolutely beautiful, I think, and a lot of people really like it, so makes it all worthwhile. This is kind of daunting, though, when the cleaning is the worst. But each pumpkin, when they delivered it, we had 4 truckloads this year. Each pumpkin was washed off and the mud knocked off, so they're all clean.
Yes.
So that when they gut them, you know, it's not such a big mess.
Right. And what time do you light the pumpkins?
Well, we start lighting about 5 o'clock.
Okay.
And then by dark, they're all lit.
And how long does that take to light all these
Probably
candles?
an hour.
I would think.
And then we put them on the hill about 1. It takes 1 to 2 hours to get them all out there. So Friday night they'll be lit, and Saturday night. And then that's usually the end of it.
And then what do you do with the rest of these pumpkins?
Well, we put them at the bottom of the hill. We take them down off the hill, make sure that the candle, if there's any metal, is out of the pumpkins, and then the city comes and takes them away for us, which is very, very nice.
That is awfully nice.
Yeah.
Yes. That's wonderful.
So,
wow, what a project. It's beautiful.
it will be. I mean, when you see them lit, it's, you know, and the people carve with patterns, people carve freehand. I say I don't care how they do it, just so that something has a space for the light to shine through.
Right.
So it's really something to see.
Well, we'll be back to see that part of it.
Okay, that's great.
Thank you.
But I'm Jack Bish. I live in the neighborhood, and every year she does this and gets maybe 350, 400 pumpkins. This year, I think Tommy said, her son said she had like 411 pumpkins. Truly amazing. And we come on Tuesday and clean the insides out of the pumpkins. Then on Wednesday and Thursday, people come and cut the faces in, and they have some patterns that they use, but a lot of them are just freelance. People like to, and there are kids. There are all kinds of different age people that come. You know, it's really kind of amazing. And then we carry them across on the hill on Friday and light them. Her daughter and her son and her son-in-law, the whole family gets involved. Family project.
That's something to see. We'll see that.
Okay.
What do you mean? So everybody's having fun right now, are you?
Absolutely.
The lighters.
Yeah.
And then if one goes out, they run there.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, so good. Do you keep count of how many you each do, just for the heck of it? Okay. You just keep going.
You get tired.
I know. Who cares after a while?
This is number 4.
Number 4.
You lie. Way more than that.
Okay.
Most of these here have been done with patterns. There's books called Pumpkin Masters, and that's what really started the whole carving pumpkins with a pattern. And it has grown so much that now you can get them off the internet. And a lot of our patterns we get off the internet. And it seems like people say, well, I can't carve a pumpkin. But once they use these patterns, they really can go to town on them. And they're just amazing, and they look amazing on the hill. But then we have some artists that come over, and they like to do everything freehand, which is great too, because that's what you want.
Sure.
You want a little bit of both. You don't
Sure.
want,
Sure.
all
Perfect
these.
like that.
Yeah, perfect. But everybody's so surprised when they do one. They do a simple one first. They start with something really basic.
Sure.
And then after you light it up for them, they go, oh my gosh, this is great. And then they go to something more difficult. And the girl that carved this is the first time she ever carved like this. And
Now she's hooked.
yeah, she is. Well, I hope next year she
Comes
remembers and comes back.
Oh.
But the pumpkins are great this year. They're thick. Hopefully they'll hold up. We put them in because tomorrow it's supposed to get warm, and this garage stays fairly cool.
Good.
So
Yes.
we hope that'll preserve them. But they're looking great, and we got quite a few done
That's
today.
Good.
So,
So you have all day Thursday and Friday.
right.
Then you put
Well,
them out Friday evening?
hopefully they'll all be done on Thursday.
Oh, okay.
We like to do that. We like to have them done on Thursday because then Friday we have to move them to the hill.
Okay.
We have to get our stuff all taken care of here, and so it's nice if they're done and
Yes.
nobody has to carve on Friday morning.
Okay, okay. Well, these are the patterns, and they can be used over and over again.
I put it with,
Oh, you put the
toothpaste, and then you just turn it on.
And then right beside you, too. And behind me here.
I thought you cut them all. Does it look like Toto?
Fourth one I've done, or
Oh,
fifth,
well, then
fifth one I've
You're
done.
going right along.
Uh-huh.
You're going to become a pro here.
But,
4 in one day, half a day.
yeah, can you tell what it is?
That's darling, yes. Well, yeah. we
After you
got
look at the
glasses.
pattern, huh?
Maybe all 4 sides.
I'm getting ready to do these two. I've already done the Tin Man,
Oh, my
yeah.
goodness.
and this is Toto.
Have you done this before?
No, first time ever. Booth came,
You want to make sure it's secure.
All the talent you didn't know you had, right?
having a great time.
Okay, easy enough? Yes, it is.
Are you a neighbor?
No, we found out about it through Garden Club. She was a feature at our garden, one of the garden clubs we belong to, and they featured her, and we got interested, and we said we're going to come. But I have seen it over the years, and I knew it was available, but never knew the background of it, and wanted to come and join and carve pumpkins.
That's wonderful, wonderful. Okay, what are you making here?
SpongeBob.
Okay. Let's see, turn him around so we can see.
He's only kind of half done so
Okay.
far. I've got like this part and this part right there. Come back in about half an hour
An hour, takes about a half hour, yes, okay,
or longer. I don't know. We'll see.
okay.
I've been doing this about 10 years.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
You mean she's been doing this for 10 years now?
I think it's actually longer than 10.
And we just heard
Yeah,
about it.
it's about
We just
13,
heard about
yes.
Well, I didn't know about it.
Well, it was because back then she only had 50
That's
pumpkins.
what I heard, 30 one time, 50 the next.
30,
and
then
it grew
50,
to
then
100.
75, then 100, then it just kept growing.
Yes. I asked her if she was going to stop at 400. She says, well, maybe 401, 402. So I have a feeling.
That sounds like her. She loves doing it,
I can see
obviously. She
that.
does.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
You want to do?
So this is the pattern, this is how you do that.
This is my first one.
Okay.
I just came from work.
Okay,
I had a stressful day and I thought this might not be stressful.
right. Relieve all your stress on that
I'm hoping.
pumpkin. So you just puncture holes?
Yeah, and then you connect them, I guess. We'll find out when I do it.
Okay, okay.
Don't we give yours a minute?
This is my very first one. My daughter's done a few.
Okay,
What time do you want to go back?
so you just make an outline, is that what you're doing?
Yeah,
or-
just
Okay.
poke it, and then when you take this off, hopefully you'll see.
Okay, then you'll connect the holes and make
I've forgotten where to put
I
mine.
see.
That's Kermit the Frog she's doing.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like Kermit.
Did you take the pattern off, Mom?
Well, my.
No, I've just got it. I can't remember where I put my pokes and knots, so,
Oh, we disturbed you.
Let's get our
well,
pictures.
You can't tell then.
no, somebody else's poke, so
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy.
I think I might have gotten them here.
Okay. Well, at least make the outline.
Yeah.
Started doing it.
Yeah, the scarecrow.
Oh, let's go over to her
Okay,
when she gets ready.
are you ready? Is she ready?
Well, yeah,
Okay.
so you need to set it up so it's gonna be straight up.
I thought maybe you were gonna bring Joe on it.
Oh, yeah, right.
Why not? You don't think Joe will have on? I saw your motorcycle out there, I thought, oh, maybe Joe can.
Okay. You try and get it like that. And what you do is you take your, here's my puncher. Oh, here. You start with a tool like this, and then you just outline and just follow the outline, and you go the outline like this all the way through. So then you cut this part out and leave the center in and just keep going, and that makes the hollowness of it. And then you start using this tool to cut through the, where you punch out. And then you just cut out all the intricate.
Okay, okay,
So that's how you start it. So it's just follow the lines,
okay.
and then you cut all this part out then,
I see. Okay.
okay?
I'm gonna watch her do that in a few minutes.
Okay. And that gives you your guide for your,
I believe this is
Your
more
saw
time-consuming than
Okay.
the cleaning
and then you
out.
just follow that all the way around.
This is way more time consuming than the cleaning out. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's more rewarding when you're finished.
When you're done, yeah.
Did you show him Spider-Man?
That's gonna be a really hard one.
so that helps you cut it with your tool too when you have your saw. And that way it gives you the guideline to, because, to go all the way around.
Some people do freehand, do they?
Yes.
Yes, some of them do.
That's what I expected to see, and I was stunned to see.
Well, there were a couple younger girls, I don't know if they were college or what, that sat at a table over there last year, and they did free.
Yeah, they did free.
Yeah, you can get really creative. I'd like to do a freehand. I did a freehand at home, just to experiment, because I did a lady.
Really? You should have brought that in.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds nice.
She's got patterns, so it makes it a lot easier. All right, I'm moving in. Okay, just right now I'm working on it.
So you just kind of follow it all the way through.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Was it a long trip?
Oh, not too bad, not too bad.
About 7 hours.
Her arm's getting tired.
First one I've ever done to her.
Ones that I've done here.
So I'm,
Good job, you should feel proud.
oh, yeah.
That I carve some when we need pumpkins.
And what's going on?
My name is Pat Brown, and I'm from St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada. We met Judy many years ago, about, 10 years ago now, Judy?
I think so.
Something like that, and she invited us down here to carve some pumpkins, and about, 4 or 5 years ago, and we've been coming ever since.
Is that right? You
Yeah,
stayed
we stay right here.
3 days?
Yes, 3 or 4 days, and yeah. And enjoy every minute. It's lots of work, but she puts us to work. So
Well, sure.
yeah,
You knew that coming
yes,
down.
we did. We sure did. So
be darned.
and we enjoy it.
All the way
Yeah.
from Canada.
Yes.
Judy made these cookies. I see a ghost, and I guess they're all ghosts. And pumpkins. Boy, she did a lot of work. Iced them and everything.
I think there's usually 12 in the choir. And then they have little, like, robes on, and But I try to make them all singing. And this is probably one of the easiest things to do. And we do count these in our total count.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah.
I hear you're up to 412 or 13 now.
Yeah. So hopefully, we'll get these all done tonight, and you know, that'll be a good thing.
And then Friday, you start putting them on the hill?
Yeah, Friday we'll start putting them on the hill.
In the morning, or what?
I think we'll start about between 1 and 1:30.
Okay.
They'll start going on the hill.
Okay.
And well, I have 10 here, so it depends on how many stakes that I have. But it's between 10 and 12. I think that's what we did. And like I said, these are easy to cut out.
Yes.
So, but so that's what we do. And like I said, we usually count everything, you know.
Right.
So that our total
Right.
matches up to
Right.
400.
Exactly.
So you can see they'll look cute when they all get together.
Which one's that same bass?
Alto.
Alto.
Brando.
You know, I really never put them in sections, but
Well, they probably sound much better if you did.
oh yeah. I've often thought about putting sound with them, but
Oh, my goodness.
I was
Yeah.
thinking that the other night.
Cute.
So she should
Yeah.
try to put sound with us.
but you know when the time comes, you're just more about getting them up there and
Yeah.
Getting it done. So
yeah,
you can see the little squares.
that's the thing.
That is actually a poker. Like,
So
you can go like this and make it, make it one straight. Doesn't she have to do a singer with that one?
oh, I've got extra ones out there, so she can do anything.
Oh, she's gonna do freehand.
Yeah, I can do that.
Can,
You was a choir member or what?
right?
If you do a choir member, all you have to do is make a round hole for the mouth,
Okay.
like you're doing.
They're singing.
Is that the final pumpkin?
Well,
You hold the pumpkin.
Let's see your pumpkin.
that's not what I wanted.
Oh,
The
that's
part-
good.
The part I wanted, he was supposed to have his tongue hanging out, and I think I cut his tongue. I cut his tongue off.
Looks like he's got a sneer on his face.
Yeah, he's not supposed to be.
I don't know.
I'm not going to try my hand at a choir member. Should I make a female or a male choir member?
I think they need some nails.
Let's see if I can get the right perspective on this.
It's owned by different people.
This guy's got some slime hanging out of his mouth.
Oh, she is oriental.
That's my contribution to the choir.
There you go. Pretty good.
I've been coming here 3 years,
Okay.
and this was the first one I ever made. So every year I have Judy try to save it for me, and it's just a bear holding a pumpkin.
Oh,
And I enjoy making it.
that's a big one. Oh, my gosh.
Yep.
That takes you 3 days to do. You know what I mean?
Maybe an
Yeah.
hour and 30 minutes.
Is that all?
That's
Well, you're
about
good. You've got a lot of practice. I'll be done.
What's gonna do, Mark?
A bear holding a pumpkin right here.
Barrel.
A piece of paper. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
the glass thing.
They're holding the pumpkin back there.
Yeah.
Well, every year, this is my daughter and my neighbor's project. They come in and they decorate the living room and the outside out in the back here, and they just take things that I have and put them up, and with all the other things that we've bought over the years, and decorate it.
Perfect.
It is, and then of course when they're done here, of course they'll move over here and do this side, but yeah, it is. I just think it's fantastic. And it's when they take this, they're in charge of this. I don't have anything to do with it, so that makes it nice for me too. And it's done, and this looks really great this year. I didn't know they were going to bring all this stuff down, so.
That's your daughter doing this?
That my daughter does this, and my neighbor Daryl next door. They work on this project.
My name's Gord Brown. I'm from St. Catharines, Ontario. Don't ask me why I'm here.
Yeah.
We're Judy's brother Harry is a professional singer, and he's excellent. And we met him at Indianapolis 15 years ago when the NASCAR boys went there, and we've been friends ever since.
Oh, how interesting.
Yeah, so we pretty much have to come down.
That's right. Yep.
I keep threatening never again, never again. I keep threatening Judy, you're out of control. You keep wanting more and more and more. When does it end? And every year I find myself doing the same thing. So.
Glutton for punishment.
Yeah, I guess.
It's a fun thing.
It's a holiday for my wife. My wife just loves it. If I didn't come down, she'd come down anyway. But
right, without you.
Yeah. So, and I told her, well, that's fine if you fly down. But I'm not letting you drive down and then
it's too much for one.
Drive all the way back. So it's she looks forward to it every year.
Sure. By now you're a professional pumpkin carver, aren't you?
Oh, I sometimes think I get worse. But I did one of the first years they talked us into coming down here. They saddled me with. After I did a couple, they said, "Here, you're good enough now. Do the Medusa." I didn't even know what the hell they were talking about. And so I did it, and now I guess they liked what I did, because I don't go for quantity. I go for.
Yeah.
I'm the slowest carver in the history of carvers.
Sure.
When I started on the old Medusa last night and gave up, my eyes were going on me from driving down and that. And so I said, I'll do that tomorrow when I'm a little bit better.
Right.
But when I walk in the door, they hand me a pumpkin and say, "Here's your Medusa. Off you go."
Well, you know what you'll be doing every year.
Yeah, every time I come back, I know that. I know that ahead of time, and I don't really know why. I guess it's just because I spend way too much time doing it.
Well, somebody has to do it, and you do it so well. Yes. You're the chosen one.
Years ago, I did one Johnny Lightning car. I spent about 3 hours on that thing.
I can imagine.
And it looked really, really nice on the table.
Oh.
But when you lit it up on the hill afterwards, it was so fine. It had the fender lines on it. It was like real fine lines on it, but they didn't show up through the candle.
Yeah.
On the hill. Every once in a while a kid would say, "Oh, I know what that is. That's Johnny Lightning." And if you got right down and took a look at it, it was really nice. But just walking by it, most people didn't even recognize it. So that's different. That's what happens. You think you got yourself a good one, and it turns out you don't.
Yeah. It's interesting. Hi, Judy.
Hi.
What do we have here?
This is the pumpkin choir. They're all singing, all happy.
They're darling.
And going out. But as you can see, when it gets dark, it's...
Yeah. Now, what does the serpent mean there? What's that all about?
Well, we just make that, it's beautiful when it's lit, but with the wind we can't get it to light, to stay lit.
So these are all 400 pumpkins on the hill here?
400 pumpkins.
They don't look as many as they did in your yard, because they're spread out.
Yeah, it's a little bit different when they're out here. But I would venture to say there's probably a little over, but there's 400 pumpkins here.
Okay.
Just no way.
Yeah, yeah, it is, honey. Oh,
But it still will look good, and
it's beautiful.
It just has to get dark, and the ones that are lit will show up, and hopefully this wind's going to stop.
Yeah.
But we have tomorrow too, so it'll be just as beautiful.
Okay.
And
what do these two white ones over here signify?
those are just the mother and father ghost pumpkins.
Okay.
They're just ghostly. And I think when the wind was blowing this afternoon,
Okay, here we have a train. First one on the right is the engine, and then you got a couple cars right behind it, all puffing along. Looks like a giant spider. What if that cat does a meow? This pumpkin art is really neat. These people are all sculptors that worked on these pumpkins. They took a lot of time and effort to carve all these out, but they really look nice. Better watch out, Barb, here comes a serpent at you.
I'm leaving. Bye.
Pumpkin serpent. Do you think you'd ever see a serpent made out of pumpkins?
No.
This one here almost looks like Groucho. You remember Groucho Marx?
Mm-hmm, I do.
Way back in our day. That looks like a real Frankenstein right there, Barb.
I see.
Looks kind of ghoulish in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's one here of a girl, which stands out pretty nice. Well, this one here looks like a couple of bats.
You would like to give us your names and tell us what pumpkins you carved?
My name is Jenna Oppie, and I carved a couple of them up through here. I carved one that says Beware. It's real scary. It's pretty nice.
We'll go see.
Yeah.
We'll look at that. Yeah.
My name is Michael Logan, and I carved this one right here and a few other this year. It's my third year,
Yeah, it's
third year in a row now doing it, so.
Okay. You're hooked, in other words.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
You can't get out once you start.
Yeah, that one took about an hour and a half to carve, so a couple of the intricate ones are pretty time worthy, but.
This is just some birds flying in the night, and it says Beware. This one was actually one of the easier ones. It only took me about 10-15 minutes to finish. It started out real easy with the big birds and got kind of harder with the smaller ones, but hopefully you can see it all. This is a flaming face. This one was one of the more difficult ones that I did, but that's only because I broke it. I went to pop out the mouth and part of it broke off, so I had to put it back together real quick, and that's how it came out.
Looks good.
Yep.
This one took how long?
This one probably took me half hour, 45 minutes to do. Yep. It's real fun. We come out as often as we can, and we like to come out each night and try to help her out as best we can, and the food's always good too.
Yes, this was another one of mine. I think this was my last one that I did. Took about maybe 15 minutes, but.
Is that all?
Yeah, that's.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, they get a little easier as you do a couple more during the day.
Wow. Is this a black widow or what kind?
I don't know what kind of spider it is, but it's. I thought it was pretty cool when I picked it out in the picture, so.
It is.
There's a gigantic crowd of people here covering up the pumpkins. This is about all I can get. Well, at the end of our videotaping here at Judy's, we have some tasty food all laid out. First of all, I understand this chili is fantastic. Then she has hot dogs and all kinds of pumpkin desserts, pumpkin bread, pumpkin pie. So no one's going to go hungry at Judy's house. Plus, it's a great evening. Sorry you aren't here.